Hello lovely, welcome back to another video. Today I share my perspective on how to master your everyday makeup routine. In my opinion, great makeup application begins with skincare. So I like to start mine with a little moisturizer such as the Olay Niacinamide and Peptide Cream to hydrate and strengthen my skin's moisture barrier. Next, I like to use a primer such as this Milani No Pore Zone Mattifying Primer to help control oil and shine, as well as create a smooth barrier for makeup application. So when it comes to figuring out your everyday makeup routine, I think it's important to tailor your routine to highlight your best features and/or identify the focal points you would like to enhance. For my everyday routine, I like to focus on a smooth base and will be using products such as the One Size Beauty Concealer. This is a medium to full coverage concealer with a soft matte finish. Concealers are a great option for spot correcting, uneven skin tone, hyperpigmentation, and/or acne scarring. You can also use concealers to conceal and brighten the under eye and/or use it, like me, as an all-over base that is heavy enough to conceal uneven skin tone, yet light enough to minimize texture and cakiness. I mostly like to apply my liquid products with a dampened beauty blender. However, I've learned in recent years not all products apply well with a dampened sponge. Sometimes with makeup, there's trial and error as you learn techniques and how formulation of products work with one another. In this case, I just used a dry beauty blender in a stippling motion starting from the center of my face, working outwards towards my forehead and jawline. Okay girls, so we like a good eyebrow. However, I think it's important that you find a good eyebrow routine that complements and frames your face. My favorite eyebrow pencil is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, which is a double-ended pencil that's a small tipped applicator, easy for filling in and creating hair-like strokes, as well as a spoolie to shape and groom your eyebrows. I like to spoolie my eyebrows into my desired shape and then fill in my brows with light strokes by following the natural curvature of my eyebrow. Your girl is still mastering this step, so don't get discouraged if you don't have this step down right away. Mastering your eyebrows can take time and practice. I also think eyebrows in general are very trendy, meaning there once was a time where thin eyebrows were in, and then thick soapbox eyebrows were in, and then laminated brows were in. I honestly never knew eyebrows can be as trendy as they are, so honestly just do what works best for you and keep practicing your technique. Okay, so next, your girl loves a really good bronzer. I would highly recommend the Fenty Sunstalker bronzers. The formula honestly just glides on like butter and it gives the skin a beautiful sun-kissed finish. You can also use bronzers to contour and to sculpt out your face, as well as use them for like an eyeshadow alternative instead of using a brown eyeshadow. So for like application, I like to use a big fluffy brush in circular motions around the perimeter of my face, making sure I hit the places where the sun would normally hit your face, such as your temples, your cheekbones, down the sides of your nose. I also like to use it along my jawline and down my neck to make for a seamless blend. This step is honestly totally optional, so feel free to skip whatever step you choose and ultimately do what works for you at the end of the day. Next, I like to set my creams with a loose setting powder. One of my favorite setting powders is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Powder in the shade Banana. This powder is great for highlighting, but for me, I like to use it as an all-over powder. I like to apply my loose powders with one of these reusable triangle puffs. I typically press my puff into the powder, then press the puff on the back of my hand to remove some of the excess powder, then gently press the puff into my desired areas. I usually start under my eyes, however, I always go back with my beauty blender to make sure my concealer has not creased and I'm not setting creased concealer, which can make for your under eyes to appear cracked or cakey. Fun fact, I sometimes use this powder alone with a big fluffy brush on many of my no makeup days. Next, I like to add a little drama and flair to emphasize my eyes by applying my favorite mascara, which is the YSL Volumizing Mascara. Truth be told, I get so many compliments when I wear it. I love a good volumizing mascara because it has the ability to make your lashes appear fuller and thicker with each coat, essentially drawing attention to your eyes. To apply, remove wand from the tube, place your mascara brush at the base or the root of your upper eyelash line, then gently wiggle it back and forth, and then pull the wand up from base to tip. Essentially, 1 to 3 passes should be sufficient. However, I tend to go beyond that for personal preference for a more volumized effect. So some days I wear blush and some days I don't. And when I do wear blush, I really do enjoy this one from Clinique in the shade Black Honey. So blush essentially has the ability to give you a more youthful appearance when applied correctly, and sometimes it may have you looking like a clown, respectfully. In my opinion, placement is very crucial. I personally prefer to apply blush at the upper apples of my cheeks for a more lifted, sculpted glow. I think it's also important to know your face shape and to find a good reference for placement. I'm thinking of doing a more in-depth video of each step, so if you're interested, please do comment down below. Next, I like to hit the lips with a little gloss or shine. So I really like these NYX butter glosses. They literally have my lips feeling like butter. So incredibly affordable, come in a variety different shades, and they're probably, in my opinion, one of the best lip glosses out there. When I remember, I like to seal or set my face with a good finishing or setting spray. When choosing a setting spray, you'll need to determine your desired finish. I would suggest choosing a finish that is compatible to your skin type, such as if you tend to be more on the oily side, a good mattifying setting spray can help you prevent excessive oiliness. And or if you are on the drier side, a good hydrating or a luminous finish would help you achieve an overall healthier glow.